Hello. Merry Christmas, guys. It is it's the 25th of December, and I may be a little bit stoned right now. I finally managed to get through the slog, the utter garbage that was the opening section to this translated edition, very beautiful book of Machiavelli. And the way Machiavelli is writing, once you know some of the context about this guy, he has a cute dog also. The way Machiavelli is writing, when you know the context of this guy, is so interesting, so good. Tell you what, boys, I can turn up the ISO, I think. I think I can do that in the middle of recording. Ah, epic stuff. I am your brightness god. Look at me, I am a YouTuber. Then he's a thief, bright, flashing.
I could choose a path that would become the actual future, but it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind.
But to Machiavelli, which is maybe where this video cuts off, to Machiavelli, we get to it. Big time now. Big time. Big climb. Big camera. Big camera in a bush, but it probably shouldn't be like that because, you know, that'd be pretty ridiculous. Machiavelli, man, come on, seriously. Not as if everything is about me, right? I'm not selfish. I love African children in that way.
I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. You sound like a pedophile because you're dedicating a considerable amount of thought to the subject of underage girls.
So, Machiavelli, this dude, he is a guy who is misrepresented because his ideas were so interesting. That's why maybe where you guys have heard him, Machiavellian. It sort of gives you instinctual feelings of bad stuff, bad times, like, oh, Machiavelli, I heard about that guy. Ugh, bad stuff.
Snake, you know who that is?
You're kidding, right? It's
Machiavelli. He was a diplomat in Florence in like the Middle Ages, like the late Middle Ages, knights and shit running about, but also big time the Pope had a monopoly of force over the states back then. Just how it was. And Florence, sorry guys, sort of lost my train of thought. I think it's because I'm moving with my body too much. As an autistic, I have pretty low, fine motor control. It's amazing that so many autists are gamers because of this aspect, like, but it's just true. Like, when it comes to like holding things, I'm like a retard. When it comes to moving my body, when it comes to the fact that I have biological form, I don't like to use it very much, unless I try. And I'm pretty happy with like basic movement, but when it comes to finer stuff, I just can't do it myself. Where did that come from? Oh, it's because my mojo was gone because I was moving around too much. But now, kind of feeling it. Kind of feeling epic body movements. Machiavelli, this Italian diplomat during this time with the Pope, who was launching crusades, and, you know, lots of political intrigue, Game of Thrones style among these kingdoms. Best way to think about it, maybe Game of Thrones. He found himself in a power alongside this guy, this French king, and this French king basically got outdone. He got outmaneuvered. But during this time, Machiavelli, being a smart guy, being a guy who was about in the world, who was really interested in what he did, came from nothing, you know, cool ass dude. He was trying his very best working for this, like, mediocre sort of king. If you agree or not, right? But he lost, right? So he wrote this book after that because what happened to him was he was taken into a dungeon by these guys and sort of tortured and made low. He wrote this book to be given to any future kings that he thought were in the ascendancy to get himself back on top, back in top of medieval Europe, you know? Back on top, being the man with the spy master in medieval Europe at that time, which is what he loved to do, like I love these cameras, which exist throughout this property right now, to film me. So, let's see what he says. Keep in mind, this guy, he switched on about the world, he'd been tortured, he'd seen how politics works, how cutthroat it is, but he's writing a letter trying to appeal to one of these folks that he knew is a ruthless killer, so bit of a cool appeal. My fucking throat. Letter to Lorenzo de... Okay, I'm just not gonna try it. Letter to the Prince. People trying to attract the goodwill of a sovereign usually offer something they care a lot about themselves, or something they've seen that he particularly likes. So rulers always are being given horses, arms, gold brooches, jewels, and whatever finery seems appropriate. Eager myself to bring your highness some token of my loyalty, I realized there was nothing more precious or important to me than my knowledge of great men and their doings, a knowledge gained through long experiences of contemptuous affairs and a constant study of ancient history. Having thought it over and analysed it with the utmost amount of care, I've written down everything in a short book that I'm now going to send to your Royal Highness. And though this gift is no doubt unworthy of you, I feel sure the experience it contains may be welcome, especially when you think that I could hardly offer anything better than a chance to grasp in a few hours what I have discovered and accumulated over many years of danger and discomfort, you know. If I had this book when I was your age with this sort of power inside it, guys, I mean, come on. That's a little bit of my translation right there. I haven't petrified this book or padded it out with long sentences or pompous, pretentious words or any of the irrelevant flourishes and attractions so many writers use. I didn't want it to please for anything but the range and seriousness of its subject matter, nor, I hope, what you think of its presumptions that a man of low, really the lowest station, set out to discuss the way that princes ought to govern their people. Just as artists who draw landscape get down into the valleys to study the mountains, and go up the mountains to look down on into the valley, so one has to be a prince to get to know the character of the people, and the man of the people to know the character of a prince. So, Your Highness, basically what I'm saying is, I know what you need to know, and I also know about being a man of the people. And it'd be strange, you know, maybe you bring me up. Just what I would do. If I was in your situation and hey, I wrote a book on it, maybe I would hire me. Maybe hire Machiavelli again, okay? Listen, I'm a pretty epic guy. So one has to be a prince to get to know the character of the people, a man of the people to know the character of the prince. Your Highness, please take this small gift in the spirits of which it is given. Study it carefully, and you will find that my most earnest wish is that you should achieve the greatness that your status and qualities promise. Bit of flattery there. In modern day parlance, makes him come off as a bit of a bitch, to be honest, This is coming from a guy, look at my muscles, okay, look at my six-pack, sorry, 2 seconds, I struggle to take off clothes because of how absolutely powerful, what a physical beast I am. Okay, this is the same joke I've been making since, like, I don't know, since I was 13. Then, if from the high peak of your position you ever look down on those far below you, you will see how very ungenerously and unfairly life continues to treat me. So, okay, that was bitch behavior though. Like, that was like, oh, please hire me. Oh, you've written this guy a book, like this book, and you said, I'm so epic, I'm such a great diplomat that I got tortured, you know, that I failed, you know, that my ideas didn't work, but I wrote this book, I wrote this book, and, you know, maybe it's got some good ideas, you know, like, maybe then you could hire me, you know, former football star James Nelson, you know, maybe you could, sorry, Niccolo Machiavelli, maybe then, you know, you could look down at my position and be like, yo, this is kind of unfair, bro. I'm a powerful guy, I'm fucking women every day, bro, but maybe
maybe I gotta think about, this guy over here.
I think that might be it, ladies and gentlemen, for Machiavelli. But check out this book. Check it out. Good stuff. Real good stuff overall, I think. I enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoyed making these 2 videos that I will head editing for the next 2 weeks.